Konnichiwa, konbanwa, genki desu ka? Welcome, yokoso, to the Tea Please ITO EN Tea Show. Today I have a very special guest who is also a mentor, a friend, and a matriarch to so many of us in the Japanese tea industry. Rona Tison is a tea ambassador and executive advisor at ITO EN. Rona-san, tell us a little bit more about your 20 years of ITO EN North America and what it really has meant to you and what it still means to you.
Well, I was very fortunate to cross paths with ITO EN when they said they were going to be launching here in New York, in the United States. And you know, tea was a very inherent part of my culture. I remember every summer going to Japan, visiting my Japanese grandmother, and the first thing she would say was, "Mama, ocha dozo," you know, to sit down, have a cup of tea, pause. So, you know, I have such warm memories of that, as well as going to Japan and enjoying oyocha, which is our #1 selling green tea. Big fan. I was never somebody who really was a fan of sugary soda, so I was really delighted that we were going to be introducing a pure, unsweetened green tea here in the United States.
Tell me a little bit about the initiatives that ITO EN has been able to take on to help to cultivate culture. And it's not just another tea brand.
So one of the important aspects of what we do is all the products that we create. We have our 5 guiding principles, which are natural, healthy, safe, delicious, and well-designed. So, you know, all our products, when we develop, keep in mind, embody those aspects.
Since ITO EN introduced Matcha Love, speaking of the landscape with competition these days, if people go out there and they say, why ITO EN? Why Matcha Love? Why Tea's Tea? Like, what would you say to that person?
One of the reasons we came out with the Matcha Love is really wanted something a little bit more young, fun, playful, approachable, because tea ceremony sometimes can be a little daunting. You know, if you ask somebody who's done tea ceremony, how long does it take to learn? And they go, a lifetime. So, you know, it's interesting. But with Matcha Love, it's something that we want people to love, of course, and to incorporate on the go, you know, put in their backpack, whether or not they're going to yoga. So that was one of the reasons that Matcha Love came about, to really respect the time-honored tradition of matcha, but again, bring it kind of in a modern take on an old tradition. All that with our heart put into, you know, working with the tea farmers to continue the stability and the sustainability, so there is good quality green tea out there.
Going through that timeline of ITO EN and just like the prestige,
Yes.
the integrity, I mean, these are things that we just do not talk about anymore.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, it's years of experience, expertise, innovation, all that combined, and a true commitment. We hope to really introduce that to more of the global market. I do know that when everybody goes to Japan, they come back and say, we see you everywhere, and the vending machines, and of course it's happening here, and again globally. And to have somebody like a Shohei Ohtani, who is really a global ambassador for us, is pretty exciting. So we're looking to an exciting future.
Miss Rona, we truly thank you, all of us here on the crew in Brooklyn at ITO EN. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Well, do itashimashite arigatou gozaimasu to you, Candice, and your amazing team. Thank you for having me and being able to talk about the ITO EN story. And we look forward to a continued journey.
And if all of you could hit the subscribe button, the like button, and make sure to follow us on TikTok and on Instagram at ITO EN and Matcha Love. You can find out more information on ITO EN at itoen.com and through Rona's work on the website as well. All the products we spoke about today and a little bit more on the sustainability story of ITO EN. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on Tea Please.
Yes.
The ITO EN show.
Yes. Drink green tea. That's what we say.
And look this fabulous.
おーい、お茶。